ma mensha ase kakra bi mfam free FIFA Club World Cup na memfa transfers ne so ntoaso. Ken, one club so far no so impress me power FIFA Club World Cup no. Akwa Juventus. So far, omo 2 games ni nyina no omo win ni nyina. Ana omo hye 9 goals concede 1. Enti say o check Juventus performance of FIFA Club World Cup na as it stands now. Omo fair badly at all. Mejitu mu say ye wo teams ni bi wo ho a opponents no meshi omo no omo mu edu omo ahoden. Relatively Juventus de no beka say omo ahoden ni ense de ni suro kase pa. By the ama mani agi Juventus for a performance of FIFA Club World Cup ni nyina no. Kwan omo fa so perform ne ball na anka size say omo bon. Ade ba kwa ma notice wo Juventus 2 games o mabo ni nyina na ye say. Mostly na omo ma branch friend say Turam mum drop deep. No na ba be so ba be the first receiver of the ball. So omo ma Turam drop deep between Cancelo and Yildiz. Emu ba akoso so ebeba no so appear inside na etimi create passes no de be generate dia kwa manim no. So far, omo build up ni omo structure na omo ball on the field of play. Ewo FIFA Club World Cup no. Ama you say Inter Milan bobo Juventus bobo ko no. Kwan omo fa so create chances. Kwan omo fa so control games. Kwan omo fa so win omo matches ne won because of the style of player omo bo so far. And akra na your friend say Yildiz no. Also so far ongu ni ho ani ma asekra. It seems say as a FIFA Club World Cup we no. Taking kra mienu omo ogidi omo pa no omo perform. Yildiz and other gule. And idea ba kwa mono to see about this guy here say possessing good and excellent technique. And idea ba kwa are unique about this boy say oh shooting from distance. We go no say you know. Until so far, was 6 points. Man City 6 points. Last game no, and a bet say between Juventus and Manchester City. Why na bet top our group no? And Juventus 2 games na ke no more ball mo dey. Madrid so say 3-1 against the opponent. Na win na Madrid for nya no. One, na me expect a win for Real Madrid, which omo win a very good say. Team kese to say Real Madrid dank about 2 games to for win and kebe ha again. So Real Madrid they win the game no a very important for Real Madrid team no. But Ken, the 2 games are Real Madrid that bono. Raul Asencio pressure wa crane so. The first game a Madrid boy you know, okoye foul ma penalty by. Aye buti a Real Madrid. Enko for criticize no. Nanu iso so okoye wakwa akoye foul yaman red card. Emma Real Madrid ebo numerical disadvantage and card ne bantem pair yi. I had dream. Ken. Before the red card, there was a problem. Sanka can't to the Bemamia. Ken on him say the me Alonso born on say or person bo high line. And every successful high line biano. And what's that of forwards no? Put in pressure. So before say Asencio, na okwa foul ni opponent. I mean the record no. Player na no crab ball no. Nanka what's a Vinicius Junior mum ema ne pressure. Press no. Say opponent ntimi sending in the long ball. So the first problem me notice you Real Madrid proud to hear Asencio record no. Say obi enu ho na all press the ball carrier. The oma sa long ball no. And say Real Madrid for high line be very successful. Send him ho for na press here. The opponent be beat high line. So adie ba ko was Real Madrid for no say omo high line be successful bia na how be press wenim ho. Vinicius entimi anya sa ade no. So am the ball carrier timi nya every opportunity nya comfortable say obetima sending the long balls. At the time obe send this long ball no. Dinhausen anticipating say long ball ne beba. So Real Madrid for high line no players are no more forming the last line no. Branch friend said Dinhausen. Asencio, Anna Trent. Na the last line. The high line no. By the time at Dinhausen, say long ball neighbor no. Only by the chi. So high line no more boy anom they are set offside no. Not offside na say. By problem Asencio nya any say Asencio. Emma ne maka EBT no. Running them ahead of him. Oh yeah slow. And at the time maka no EBT na. Or running ahead of him no. Ne he so about so because at that time Obeka so the last man. Ofa wo ni bia na a straight record. And adia me hu say every kin Asencio pa no. Ken ye free bi say tactical awareness. Tactical awareness ni say game na ekoso no. Player ni betima take effective decision. Asencio at the time Real Madrid the chiro players ni play prior Militao, David Alaba, na Rodrygo mu prepra no this small boy na be say Real Madrid chiro na performing mimi nkogina ba bia nka say Asencio nya ade na mum physically owo aggression owo onimbo ne bo ba de aka no ne tactical awareness decisions in kitinkiti bia obetima take during the process of the game no any ade ba ko ha Asencio oya akra oni experience minim say onoma bebru obesua de be wo so otimi tutu ne oma yi so far me super impressed with Dinhausen. Ken 2 games no boy ni impressive Real Madrid for no was settling very well. Ne positional play understanding excellent. Ne ball carrying ability very good. Otimi breaking lines no eboa Real Madrid so far Dinhausen settle in other gule gradually say pekene confidence no ade aba kwa me hu ya manage ye no otimi drop deep na obeye situational right back ni say on ball right back no by the other right back in the position now waba be show any kind of situational right back so far other gules so no 2 games no nyoma ekoye de ma Real Madrid boboku na me expect say sa guys we nyina be pick your more confidence ha me say Rodrygo na nke nim say anko setting very well by so far say nyoma nkoye mfa ma no transfers ne kakra ma mention asem free Arsenal Andre Better Arsenal penny na said the only 2 dwa no one Rodrygo representatives unique football oma shasi di nkomo omo gusu di nkomo na latest e wom ni ye say Andre Better catch Rodrygo representatives say Rodrygo ne be she Arsenal jesia omo highest paid players no omo de Rodrygo ko ka ho on say enche bia Arsenal be renew Bukayo Saka e contract di amano Aombe move Bukayo Saka from £195,000 a week to £300,000 a week. Yes, say Arsenal for a catch unique football for Omo na representing Rodrygo Real Madrid for player no say. Sa top NS no. Omo Real Madrid for no Arsenal for no omo de Rodrygo beka ho. Currently, Rodrygo edge €240,000 a week. Ewo Real Madrid. O de ba pounds are £206,000 a week. Omo person de Rodrygo ko be 300 honi bi no entoma promise boy ne say so ba Real Madrid top NS no almost £300,000 a week on betimi di aba boy no Real Madrid for stance clear omo say omo nton Rodrygo na mo Rodrygo na be catch omo say Real Madrid for enton dia Madrid for expect 70 to 100 million pounds from Arsenal so Arsenal latest offer say on person Rodrygo ever close to £300,000 a week e Arsenal boboku nim say boy ni evole na Oba be ye top NSDB ewo Arsenal boboku no. Hilal ewo Saudi. Na ken latest offer for Victor Osimhen ye. Omo say Victor Osimhen deal no omo nko off. Omani abre. Omo say the latest offer akoma no. Na latest offer no Hilal for the akoma Victor Osimhen no. 4 years. 4 years no. 3 years plus 1. Be ye option. Be ye club option. Na sa 4 years no. The salary €160 million is Canada for Victor Osimhen. So he'll have full latest offer for Victor Osimhen. 4 years near €160 million. Every year biano €40 million. And sana bonus subscriber omo train say Victor Osimhen be accepte and answer omo accepte. What the two just say? Darwin Nunez ama Napoli for the green light, which no cre. Na reason Darwin Nunez Napoli for green light ni say after the final conversation with Antonio Conte presenting the project and your person next season will league ni on person retain this league no na UEFA Champions League omo target here say enye hwe kra was a quarter final semi final no mutimi duru enti ode omo project any bibia kire Darwin Nunez ana oni di nkomo ana o se so bampo kra na ken Lukaku ni Darwin Nunez wo anim ho gidi pa enti Antonio Conte say opeso obo Darwin Nunez ni Lukaku anim ho enti sa 2 players ni wona Napoli alim ho na De Bruyne twa passes ni de komo mo ana brantie ni agya tum na problem e wo hu nie Napoli for try say Darwin Nunez and continue salary ni so onsa na Lukaku jiska kese pa ansa na ojo ne Napoli na Lukaku ti ni sika no so ema obeje 7.7 million euros a year currently ono na ye highest paid player on Napoli boboku nim enu mpokro te so 7.7 no Darwin Nunez salary will Liverpool the ba euros 8.5 no Napoli 4% ote so waka yes e de a Napoli by Napoli in that win yes kasa say ne salary no onte so kakra Atletico Madrid force so joining the race for Emiliano Martinez goalkeeper no Atletico Madrid force omu njaima goalkeeper na Manchester amfa so omu so be hia goalkeeper omu nim say Oblak mo ne guys ni bi wo de by say Emiliano Martinez latest on the list of Atletico Madrid na Zinchenko de na ade tu dwa no problem akene nso so aba ne ye say AC Milan 4% Zinchenko ti ne salary ni so onim say AC Milan nyina no omo highest paid player 6.4 million euros a year Rafael Leao na Zinchenko no ono ne je 7.8 million pounds a year wo Arsenal awo de ba euros na keka ko be 9.1 million euros eno na AC Milan for any boy ni agent kasa say ankonte ne salary ni so because 9.1 million euros no muntimi ntua eskana Arsenal pe no almost 220 million euros no AC Milan for so betua by the salary no ana akwakoye problem say AC Milan ne Zinchenko kasa na Vlahovic de na de tu dwa say waka yesa de ache AC Milan no onim say Chelsea for so ni de tawo Chelsea for say omo monitor the situation of Vlahovic omo ne boy ne nkasa ye omo ne Juventus nkasa ye bo omo teta hwe say Vlahovic ni move to AC Milan anko ya na Chelsea hwe omo striking problem na last hour on betima boy room so omo pa brand friend say Vlahovic na ken Malo Gusto ne Bayern de no me tete say Chelsea for say Bayern for the 50 bi bon committee as you on say Chelsea turn 30 million euros na Chelsea decided say Bayern timi the 50 million euros ne ba for brand friend say Malo Gusto on be gina nkomenya mfa so 20 million euros
na Bayern be 50
say omo we Bayern
Gusto 50
yes say Chelsea for the AP 50 na what is a Cancelo a return ya Barcelona be won wa
ya Cancelo
yes
babede
die eba ne kire say Christiansen free Barcelona
omo dinu ba shim
omo list no so he left for ni pay 15 million from Cancelo and to say Christiansen free Barcelona or list no so
ya Cancelo
yes and na wie mu hu ya me yem se me kakra our list no so for Barcelona
and so timi boba bia
yeah o timi boba bia o say before say oko Saudi ni pokra no na enim say Barcelona pa na ope enti obetima return possibility no wo ho ye hwe na me de ma no ba besi no Two Hernandez de no na yesi Two Hernandez ade konti ana Saudi no twetwe ne ho na nyes kasem na osuro World Cup say oko Saudi a anhwe ya World Cup ne emfre no so oni Simone Inzaghi di nkomo no say Saudi home pokra no players no mu free Euro buy no mu come national team mu timi bo enti wo ban pokra na wo perform a obetima ko national team akobo ana mo sa ne Real Madrid boy no mutimi boy na boy ne say why convince ana AC Milan de o ma jo musika 30 million euros 5 million add-ons o mo twen the final wa catch o mo say ne de o convince o be join na Sesko ana Gyökeres ye no ken simple the reason why Arsenal choose Gyökeres ahead of Sesko ni na say na Arsenal kwa kotua 70 million pounds in the akoma Leipzig no ma you ready so betua scan for Benjamin Sesko no na Sesko any agent fee o demand no wosoro or more than 10% and Sesko so salary na obusa no or so pese Arsenal for ne kosoro for ni bi kai habet mo enti Arsenal for sin omu demands no muntimi
oya de chenka the tinti emfa ko
Arsenal for say o Leipzig na wo no je 5.6 million euros
je komo man say
say o pese ankomo ko sa 200 mark no and Arsenal for so share in a range of bare 150,000 pounds a week but also pay 200 ni 250
so mo yi Partey free rate bill no so nti o mo yi free so
say Partey
200
o mo free on say no so Zubimendi mba be shim
oh okay
enti say here o ma choose Gyökeres na head of Sesko because of demands no
okay and you Gyökeres over Sesko
yeah
right Adolson
Ken made us say Nyamisha
na dia work asa you be emam you be emfa no to asem
oh
watch about Kwamanzion
yeah asemo
big we are now our interview
oh asemo Ken Mamenchia awoshi senior man o dunkwa no fen nti baby a senior awoshi wo bia Mamenchia ni yepa Ken mame enfoma no to Thomas Tay Partey komo no mu kakra I think say e was say ye nyina yet see football ɛnyɛ emotional game. The way you think as a supporter is totally different from the way managers and club owners think. Supporters are bent on looking at a net result. We a manager, we a club owner, you look at today and the future. Emotionally, many obiara against Arsenal are not being fair to Thomas Partey.
Yes.
But rationally, Arsenal are taking the right decision.
Samo.
Let me explain to you. You see, the arguments about Arsenal and fair, no, sometimes, first of all, look, until Gabriel Jesus ever Arsenal, not Thomas Partey, Arsenal highest paid player. When they bought him for 50 million euros, they took him from 85,000 pounds to 200,000 pounds. Okay. Say me no say. Obia wenyi ewa Arsenal team numu buy Thomas Partey.
What age you saying?
32.
32.
Exactly. Trossard was 30, David Raya was 29, Mourinho was 29. Last year, they know when you a goalkeeper nam ko fan free bomb of by Neto. We only free one na Jorginho. Say Neto ko Jorginho ko Thomas Partey and a senior man with team inimu. Arsenal want to build a young squad. Young country yen say age na wedi no. E niema mienu. So person to bo at the highest level, just what's in the salary. So
yes, next.
Let's not make Arsenal a bad club.
That old team is Ikaswa. Now oti be half more adding.
Ken,
say in front of some major 220, 250. Utamia, what do you remember 100?
Asamu no dear.
Sane.
Ken, Kevin De Bruyne, we did 33 when Czech Robert 34. She said, or 33, Tomu 32. Also, De Bruyne said, you see, and Asako Krabi. Let's be fair. It's not as if say when he's the oldest player in the squad. It is a Thomas Partey so Jessica no original. And yeah, baby fufro ho.
Obi a cup ball now Obama last season. One of Arsenal's best players. Best player last season. Bar now Obo last season. Baby who say and then a man ko phone say
Arsenal and Castle mo pamunu
omanye. But say oh yes search say open.
No, Ken. See, these are emotional arguments. Me maybe me yebi Kevin De Bruyne okọ na me susa agu me yem say boa Kevin De Bruyne airborne no. It was better than some of the play, but the reality was that Charlie akwani se kana orge no. Omo ntimi sustain no. Any emotional arguments na no kasa sa no tie eye ni ma mienu. Obi a wedi 32 years ekobia no. Clubs do na no. Either you open at the highest level. What's your ketia so? So person winye sika. Ye o baby a ye koji sika. Say Thomas Partey a free agent na. Ken, oko signing the ama club for floor. Obeji signing on for you. Let's not forget. Sebi, Jonathan David now one little. As a so ye free agent on the club by club. Oji obi a proposal. Unim score so a signing on fee. 50 million euros. 50 million euros. And they say Thomas Partey free. Now say on club by club or be the proposal baby a Tommy Beji signing on fee. 10 million, 50 million euros. Then Thomas Partey must have your pension. Say ne Tommy 50 million euros but on account ma unim the waiting after football. Unim the Tommy betting after football.
Still I want to say the Arsenal crane you know bet my yabo.
Obi any problem. So if you want to stay at the highest level, we should know say obeti wake to so any dey normal. Into options near mienu. Potential so mubako. Say sika na opa obeti nyi sika. Say your born person born at the highest level la. Wake to no twi mutan obi abeti so de ama no.
We then try on Arsenal. Ateta meeting no dey be see.
Deco, much respect. Ken, me monitor the Ecoso of Barcelona and their recruitment they are doing. Deco and make it 2 impromptu signings. Barcelona did not budget for it. Barcelona did not plan for it. Barcelona in their books, na omunto goalkeeper, na enka omu books. Barcelona they were meant to go by the goalkeepers na ewo hono. No more plan for goalkeeper next season. Now, last year, baby, they had Georgie Mamandashvili. And it's a Garcia. No more stadium. Say, for wine. And Mamandashvili signing him for Edema, Liverpool, or Aka one Garcia and Barcelona for Sakwe. We are eyeing him for next season. Any Barcelona for budget him. Only for Andy Barra agents, no, or Manchester, any city for Kasai. Or London, any Arsenal for Kasai. So Arsenal, since in Barcelona, I can't know, bro. No goalkeeper, my eye was Spain one or. So they needed to make a quick decision. It was not in their plans. Their plan was for next season. In the budget, you know, or man budgeted for goalkeeper, but they needed to pay 25 million cash down. Okay. Now, Barcelona power plan was that I was say omope backup for Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. Now, what check Barcelona for any one? The natural wingers ankasa wohono. We Lamine any Rafinha free wine oh. Ferran Torres, they don't see him as a natural winger. Daniomo, Obofi wa onye natural winger. Natural wingers ni yeminu. Inti plan ne se e was say ye players bi ba. Yen sign back ni yen promote back from our junior team. Akwada no mo ni mugidie. Na ye Noah Davic. Half season and no mu se emfa. Akwada no junior team na omko fa ni free Germany buy no. And yenya Danny Rodriguez, who was Barcelona and Quadano, one of the finest players, Danny Rodriguez. Inti ye season, the coach started say, "Oh man, a chance." Danny Rodriguez no oba left to sell Lamine Yamal, and against Valladolid, ninsemu ko buye. Why we share sa game with Danny Rodriguez nini? Inti Rodriguez no him so best answer back. Yes, pre-season on to me start. And just say plan no asanso asai. Inti was say Barcelona quickly. But we don't have budget for it. Okay, then comes in Aquarana Barcelona for Afano. Ronnie Baji. Me pamucho say football to the beer. Ronnie Baji or Jidin Cratch and Lami Yamalo. 2023 Champions League. Aquarano. Copenhagen versus Manchester. Copenhagen gave some ball group stages, you know. Also ball left to sell Lami Yamala. This boy. No ni ball brutal. Almost man you teams City, Arsenal, Manchester, teams and Kessia for the so open and Ukonya ACL. The Inti say Ronnie Bajini Diba for moi. It was not because no nimbo. Very good player, but ACL and it slowed it down. Nyamia Duma December the contract he been away. They proposed to Barcelona. Akurana just 2.5 million. Now 2.5 years sika. Into Danny Rodriguez position was solves our position with just 2.5 million. Now the bigger position here, right, which is Nico Williams. And a Barcelona for a try to find a solution. So already they could make it 2 signings here. Then in the book. And as I say, he's working on the Nico Williams deal. The Joao Cancelo deal, Christian said he needs to leave. Coach say game he would want to play Jusconde as a centre back. Then Van der Sar, first choice. But a Buona Monaco for airborne. That is why Cancelo diya between by 15, the Asencio 15. So Deco will find solution there. Down the Nico Williams conversation again. Quite obvious to say. Sometimes diplomacy, Barcelona want to be gentleman. But sometimes we are radical kakra here. The Bilbao for Chirano. Ken, Bilbao show clearly says se boy ne castle be board them buying na. He only buying when be negotiations at the bonus so they am buying. Chains of beton they am basa. Bilbao stands no my and clearly they don't want to sell to Barcelona. But buying when problem in this boy wants to go to Barca. Say yes sir. Ka turn am da because I say buy and bar. Negotiations here by Barcelona to Escanako. You see, you look at the stance of Atletico Bilbao. It was Barcelona ya radical kakra. I don't know must start say no. When did you see say Barcelona manager, board of director, sporting director, be ye interview Akobo club for player ding and we interview. What was me that? For the very first time, I'm not deku. It's not sampa. Boy ni nakasa. Boy ni show willingness so bebo. We are working on it. I was seeing it. Hey!
Dominic Kachano so kwasi sana nema enra.
Oh, Barcelona de Katashi FM. I told them yeah, share kitwebi. Rodrygo Guesh. Ken, ade a metia na me yane say. se play bi enya de na ne bɔ no money eba from one near the Koshe Football Club. Rodrygo goes, let's be fair. Season way, we lose so form. And yes, so be penance or Madrid. Brazil national team. On team more than saying. I can give you several examples against Paraguay, Chile, Peru, and now Colombia, and now Argentina boy crowd. Well, also, even at the national team, born on team more. It is not as if someone or being penance now. Ada Gule et Nasi, not Tichiri. When this guy was playing, it is a form about form. If you want to be fair to this guy, tell him to back up. No sounds in position. Because Yaman only said the last bet 21 games, why should go back up? Form no form. It's instead of we telling this guy the truth. Oh, and Madrid form penasem and the club for Madrid so nimbo. It is as if Madrid are not giving this boy a chance. They are giving him several chances. Form and they form.
Oh, Kaidebi, Kaidebi de Nimunya pa.
Hey, and then Keho Saloon called that Super Madrid number 9. No, big club body. You're fine emotions in Koho. Okay. Form and they form. Tell truth this to this guy.
And you what we gonna know? Kaidebi, but the idea. Biggie.
Ken.
Not the phone kind of. Why? Sana Botti.
Ken, Mama Shasha from the Club World Cup. Raul Asencio. Ken, a Branton has to be talked to. Seriously speaking.
Why they?
Red card no could be a number.
Now be question Madrid no quota and why they? Could that only moment question?
Number so so.
There's what Jamon.
I know between me German.
Okay.
It was in the 7th minute. In the 7th minute, game named Drew Babia. Game named Drew Babiano. With his absence, Real Madrid winning game by 3-1. Meboa. 3-1. Into clearly. Now, yes, side they beat me threatening to Real Madrid, saying, "Come shares our first goal in poor." At that stage of the game. And you were in the first game at Real Madrid boy, or could make a needless penalty in the 18-yard area. And they are avoidable. And a way to swat our Baba Betoso. Coach na kasa Zabi Alonso says our red card na Branton kokoye ye no na ni sen koye sa attack no but omo ne be kasa the entia make kasa say kwada na ye careful ne say coach take over a new job ken obi a offer adwuma fufuro obi a pass mdwedi aye adwuma eti wo obetwintwa na kwan obama adwuma na ye den dia ma no wo obetwintwa na kwan o mani ntimi nya adwuma no say de opeso oye ne be wiase no just wo you sin che no no ne to na adwuma so Sabi Alonso expected so be a good start for Real Madrid. Now Boadia Sumbia Breno and Club World Cup in the is our platform no. And you that good start. It is over a problem the amana. Or be do away with you. Ebe we ask no. There are going to be other players or more opportunity more mabo already. Bernard in house and able for Real Madrid Bobo no. Should Rudiger be 100% fit? Now you two central defenders on best started the Real Madrid. You be overlooking player friend say Raul Asencio and two side the same mistakes we can one and now the born ball bono or Real Madrid bobo konim. It was so many akoda and kasa. Not a son never be brave about the play no. He's a good player, no doubt about it. But you can't continue like this. Time be with team nibe here ubiano. We only one farmer team no. No mistakes na riba be hat team in there and now the beboa. Ryan Sheki also had another good game, Ken. In the first game for Manchester City, encore as expected. Until there was a lot of backlash, and an backward to say, "Ye players are more baba be Manchester City. Abe Felito Kro, Kevin De Bruyne Jatuonum. Now you decide say you be Sika baba be Fawa. This is not the kind of performance I may expect here through. But after that first game, he had another opportunity in the second game. Who you go no share any the Tunchaya? The performance wasn't bad. Can game no Bermuno. Wambambe Bobebre, he spent around 17 minutes in the game, or completing 90% of the passes. Out of 18 passes, no boy, you know, he completed 90% of those passes. Or when they 4 dwells, on the body, and now 2 ball recoveries, a completed 2 dribbles, and was also topping it up with a goal, 27 touches, and it was good for a player. I beboa, I'm an settle, no settle very well. Our Manchester City Bobo called him. He only has to continue like this with the performance of the Maya. I will game anymore. Okay, now Barcelona. So what's Raubi? Na ebreso says a uko. Nebi and the panasha when you wa unko. Nandi panaya kind enough, no approach you catch or say, oh, Obesram, Miana Mecasa bra. But if you baby, I'll do need the mesro. ebi anka fa wo niema ne kɔ because ebi kura mpo a na aduane sɛm ho ayɛ din wɔ fie ebi kura na sika sɛm nhyɛ da nkɔ yie enti me sɛ fa wo niema ne kɔ a ken respectfully nipa ne de ani di ama wo ɛsɛ sɛ wo sesa wo niema na wo kɔ asɛm a meka yɛ player friend is Andres Christensen Barcelona needed a centre back and Omokofa Christensen and didn't free Chelsea and then the buyer a very good central defender but a branch and Barcelona and starts and they okay but along the line and Yamaba be BBA or Honum for whatever reasons there have been other players on Mababa be doing him say on the pecking order wa form and there's a Barca static gamer two central defenders are Barcelona Belusi Pau Kubasi and Inigo Martinez season now you bowie no players me no we actually omo bobre o Barcelona bobo konim to the extent say coach na baba benya gidie wo omo one player was surprised you obia with the performance over the years has been called Pau Kubasi ohani age and then the performance oba expectation ko ya akwada ontimi mobo na obo no but a lot of the times he's been a savior at the back for Barcelona highline omobo na say take mu a most of the time is that player or pace inti obe make sure say sa clearance no betimi akwakoye a young player and the anticipation is so high obe drama wo na okita ball no almost of the time so obe hu be bia the ball ne befa no watimi aye that block and after interception e dey ama Barca ball boko no akoda na penny deuce and was cementing position e wo Barcelona Inigo Martinez nso so ba be that senior figure that experienced leader Barcelona be here Inigo Martinez yes adwuma no enso de ma Barcelona boboko no etienne Barca starting game no pe two central defenders these are the two Barcelona be fall on oyo mo ni free one mo Eric Garcia clearly coach na chere say open no he is a player he gives you options there have been times Barcelona able game na Barca be here so be slot in the right back position ubenya Eric Garcia or as a central defender obekwa no waboa at the left back position obetimi akwa gina ho na waboa etu ono so cement ne wo Barcelona bobo ko nim say onya start ampo because of options no de ma wa chi ne ken coach ne pa brante no etu oyi two central defenders we free one we are Jordan ne baba be she honum is Eric Garcia and then Araujo and so you available etu player your friend say Andres Christensen ken on the pecking order of Barcelona central defenders order be fit and clearly so what's na Barcelona unya game ni bi more at the age of 29 minim dia wo pressure over fight with Barcelona if they've been charitable enough no man me too no man what din komo say situation wo ni ye be person obe free bobo korim na free space for other players no mo so aba be wura mu a e was a brand any gitum no make sure so obe free Barca bobo korim oba so odo okra na da ase na ngambe so so no obiem oti wonom no say coach ni hia wa that is different and obeka so fighting for position but coach no honom ni say hia. So what kind of position are you going to fight for? And I was a player to move him. Man nya kwaduro player. No one decided just because Bosomi so ebe to an kanti or better na Barcelona bobo ko him. Emfa so ma. Ken ketwa bi on Rodrygo. I feel say nani nye wo team my friend say Real Madrid mo. He has to make a move to Arsenal. Arsenal are ready said they akwala na hwehwe bi omo de be ma no. They are going to make one of the highest earners and number 1. Number 2. There have been a lot of times that Rodrygo are complaining or Real Madrid bobo konim. Say the rightful position I had the left wing onyamo because of Vinicius Junior. Ken Arsenal bobo kono. Asha Branti and bossa oba. Sa position no be mano. Arsenal best winger e Saka. He plays on the right wing. The other flank is Martinelli. But Martinelli performance has always been up and down. On your bad player. But that consistent grade A performance unyam free Martinelli ho. And between Martinelli any player friend say Rodrygo goes. So Rodrygo goes that's the player into the Arsenal team. That left wing position no obetimi arrive Brandt and no age the free in no na starter. It's these things that Arsenal are promising Brandt no. If you feel say na ninye e wo Madrid bobo ko ni mo a. Mpanifo 6 corridors so ayantena fa akonya nim guase. Brandt ne nko Arsenal no. Na the preferred position. Ade bi ono no feel so oba obeye the best. And after you bring the best from Rodrygo, I had the left wing, Uncle Fano Monfamo Arsenal. They are building a project that possibly Omunya top-notch quality players to say Rodrygo Kahwa. I bet Boas and Bobo